Hey Hwee, hey Bob, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourselves?
My name is Hwee. I'm 31 this year, turning 31 next month actually. I've been working as a recruiter for 3 over years.
I'm Bob. Hi everyone. I'm 32 this year. I've worked in finance for about 6 years, focused on M&A.
You guys are recently married to each other, and marriage is supposed to be the happiness adventure of a lifetime. But already you've had, with the ups, some pretty big downs. Do you want to share with us a little bit what that's been like?
Definitely. So Bob and I have been married coming to a year. This year in October, we got married last year. We actually met in 2016 during church camp in JB. So we were introduced by my older sister who was in the same worship team as Bob. And after dating for about 3 years, we got engaged. That was September 2019. Unfortunately, in September last year, I got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. So I think at that point it was a huge shock to all of us because I had been living a relatively healthy life, exercising quite regularly. They diagnosed me with stage 4 cancer. At that point, we didn't know where the origin was, but we just knew that it had spread. So they saw cancer in the appendix, in the ovaries, other parts of the body as well. But before getting married, I started chemo. And after my second session, that was when we got married because I knew I was going to lose all my hair. So I didn't want to walk down the aisle bald. So we got married in October, and then I resumed chemo. Went through the surgery in November, 20 hours of surgery. Had quite a lot of organs removed. It was a very successful surgery, thank God. But unfortunately after that, we still had to continue with chemo just to remove other traces. And since then, on and off, I've been on chemo, had a bit of a break with immunotherapy, and then back on chemo now because recent scans have shown that there still is cancer in the body. So yeah, I think as you were saying, recently married, but there have been some bumps in the road. Definitely not the newlywed life that we expected ourselves to go through. I think as newlyweds, most people are having the time of their lives. But for us, the honest truth is we have spent a lot of time in clinics, in hospitals.
It has been a real ride, right? This entire year. How can we still go on our trip to South Africa on a honeymoon, enjoy the vineyard, scenery, safari, right? How can we, have that wedding night dinner where, for us, we really love, seeing our friends have a good time, enjoying, the live music, drinks, everybody just wishing really well for us, right? Do see that, one by one as it, unfolds all your dreams, right? Be it like starting a family, I would say living all together, growing old together, all these things, and where's the next trip, what food shall we eat, everything, it just goes completely out of the window, it's supposed to be the time of our lives. But obviously we are now, in, somewhat the worst time of our lives, I think, physically. But I think like what we said, despite all this, when we look at it, it's one of those where we see that, I would say we are never spiritually healthier. It's one where we somehow find this very rock solid assurance that, hey, actually, this is life, right? This is where, I would say, it's something that our faith has taught us that, could potentially come as we suffer. I also thank God that, sometimes this experience it just makes life more real. And something that allows you to appreciate life a lot more, and therefore cherish your loved ones, cherish who God is to you as well. So I think it's one of those things that on balance, there's definitely a lot of suffering. We cry a lot. We have really many sad moments, but at the same time, life is never more clear.
So we're thinking about happiness and the pursuit of it. You guys have been inspiring and encouraging to all the people you know because you've not been crushed or defeated by what you've been going through. Do you want to share with us how you're feeling and why you feel that way?
As I read the Bible, as I listened to worship songs, what I was really reminded of was that suffering is something that will happen to Christians. It's just something that we all have to deal with, right? And I think that has given me the encouragement to continue pressing on. Something Bob likes to always remind me is that we're all going to suffer. At least for you, you know what your suffering is, right? It's cancer. But to other people, they may not know what their suffering is yet. So that has kind of helped me to stay positive in a way. I think this has maybe actually helped me keep going even when I know I have to go through another chemo session, when I have to go in for another hospitalization stay. These are the things that have gotten me to where I am today.
We do feel sadness, but yet we also look towards something far greater, and I think that really is our faith, right? And what it is hinged on. I think it's really clear that God definitely didn't promise all the riches, the joys in this physical world. I think it's clear from the Bible that instead what He has promised is that, hey, actually if you follow Him, you will suffer, and just having the hope that God has already conquered everything. He's telling you that one day He's bringing you to a place where there's no suffering. You guys will be reunited with your loved ones, your people who are believers as well, forever with perfect bodies, right? I think that hope is just something we really look forward to every day, right? Looking to that cross. At the end state, you can have all the wealth or everything that you really like and desire in this world, but I think it really comes down to just life and death at the end of the day. That's really only because of Him and what He has done for us. So crushed and defeated, no. I think the short answer, why are we not? I think simply because of God, His faith that He has given us, and what He has done for us, I think allows us to feel this way.
What advice would you give to someone else who is on the pursuit of happiness and they're experiencing the same broken world that you have recently?
Pray to God, go to God in prayer and ask Him for, I think, courage, strength to get through, because it's going to be tough, it's going to be dark, but really in my case, I had just asked God to give me the strength I need to get through each day, to get through each challenge. I would also tell the person that, no matter how terrible your circumstance is, I think there is still hope. There is light at the end of the tunnel, right? There is eternity that we look forward to in heaven. So I think that's something to really anticipate, be excited about, even when maybe you're going through the worst.
It's crazy about happiness. What has it meant to you in this experience to have a God who suffered?
I think having a God who has suffered makes it a lot more real. Knowing that God has gone before, suffered, of course, in different circumstances, beaten, crushed, but still come out victorious, has given me confidence that similarly through my suffering as well, even though there will be many, many tough moments, that I can take comfort knowing that God has already gone before me, and that victory is something that I can also look forward to in heaven, right? And I think it makes God more personal, more real, because He has gone through all these bad things as well, versus a God who might have just had a very perfect, smooth sailing, rosy kind of life.